part of the Texas style, that sound, the bass, thump, 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 thump. Okay, now it's real important to notice the difference between this ringy, clangy kind of sound, and this sound. This is the sound we're looking for, not that. So hopefully you can tell the difference. And how that happens is using this part of your palm and resting it actually right on top of your bridge here to mute the strings. Okay, that's the whole key to the sound. If you don't have that sound, you're not playing Texas blues. So the first thing to practice is to just hit some bass notes with that muted palm going there on top of your bridge, and get so that you get that kind of on pitch but really muted, thumpy kind of sound. So I'm playing the 5th string here because we're going to be doing a blues in A. That's what we've been working on. I was showing you some A chord examples, and so most of the time we're going to be using that A bass note on the 5th string open. But we're also going to be sometimes possibly playing the 4th string, so we want to be able to get that sound also. And we'll be definitely using the 6th string, and so we want to be able to get that. Okay, now you'll notice the path of my thumb, I'm kind of swinging past, I'm moving a little bit away from the string, right? So I don't hit any other strings when I come through there. So it's kind of a little bit of a glancing blow at the string. And so you really need to use a thumb pick to get that Texas sound. And I prefer to use the metal thumb pick because it's a lot stiffer and you just get a nicer thump with it. Okay, so now we're going to slow it down a little bit so we can add in the rest of it. So we're playing our kind of standard Texas blues A chord, which is to bar the first 4 strings at the 2nd fret, but we're not going to actually play that 1st string on that note most of the time. At least we're going to reach up here. So what we've got here is basically part of a G chord slid up 2 frets. So, here's the G chord, we slide it up 2 frets and it becomes an A chord. And what we're going to alternate back and forth is this A chord with our pinky up here on the 5th fret of the 1st string, and the A7 chord where we use our 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 1st string. Okay, so there's the A7 chord, there's the A chord, and our melody is going to be so alternating back and forth between those 2 notes, the A note, the high A note with our pinky on the 5th fret, and then the G note, which is the 7th note for the A chord, and that's the 2nd finger down on the 3rd fret. And I'm doing most of the picking of the melody notes with my 2nd finger, but I'm alternating little flips on the 2nd string, sorry. So there I did that. Okay, so 2nd string with my 1st finger, and then following right away with the 1st string with my 2nd finger. So the A, and then the A7. So this is really kind of loose exactly how the phrasing of it goes. But mostly it's something very close to that. So just alternating back and forth between the A note and the G note. And just keeping that steady thump, thump, thump going on there on that 5th string. That's the key to the sound. little variation onto that. So everything up to that point's the same, but now we're going to do that little pickup note. So the pickup note is on our 6th string, the E note, and then we immediately go to our same old 5th string bass note that we've been playing. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay, and then if we throw our melody on top of that and slow it down to kind of keep track of everything. Most of my melody is just a kind of a syncopated thing going on with my 2nd finger playing the 1st string and then alternating between those 2 notes, and then little flicks on of my 1st finger on the 2nd string here and there. So that's how we play our 1 chord or our A chord in our A Texas blues.